Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 17. It's underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Darius Geis. And this first play will get him back to the 25, but that's going to be it. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and
well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Okay, come on. You got 4. You got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's some strong running. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. McCarron and the Bengals come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Well, a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Mixon with a first down carry. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And now they'll throw it with McCarron. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On second down, Ingram. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Now McCarron. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Four down. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Mayfield. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. McCarron and the Bengals come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's Mixon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Murphy. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. It's Mixon on the counter. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
To the ground, this time with Ingram. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a handoff to Ingram. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now McCarron throwing on 2nd. Eluding the... And he will not make it back to the of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there and drop him behind the line. McCarron following the sack. He leads his guys up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's McCarron. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here's Geis. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Play action now. Here's Mayfield.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter in Atlanta. An early lead in that game for the Falcons. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Second down, Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. More from Cleveland after this.
Leopard! All right, here we go. 319! 319! Hot!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got an open man, it's Rattler. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 319! 319!
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
Mayfield now on second down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Check, check. Watch 84, watch 84.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
4 down, 4 down.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return, shedding the tackle. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
McCarron to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap for McCarron. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mayfield to throw it. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw, Mayfield. Screen play, Johnson. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon, and he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's McCarron to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Ingram. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13. McCarron. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 4 down.
Mayfield down. And this is going to be incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. You got a hand in there to break that one up.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And the Falcons sort of opening things up there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. McCarron and the Bengals come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. McCarron now to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. McCarron now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, McCarron. He's going to air one out. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Now McCarron. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Again, it's Mixon, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's McCarron. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A handoff to Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense to Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Ingram. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Here's a run with Mixon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gold is able to put it through. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12-3. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Mayfield. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. McCarron and the Bengals come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
McCarron now on the bootleg. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is McCarron. On the screen, Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Take it at the 37. Powering his way forward. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
3-19.
They'll toss it to Hunt. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Johnson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
The Browns on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by George Iloka. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Mayfield to throw.
toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by the former first-round pick, William Jackson.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Browns on 3rd down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now Mayfield. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Here's Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. William Jackson with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bengals, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.